Ever wonder what separates a product that just sells from one that becomes a total icon? Well, it's not luck and it's definitely not magic. It's a really smart, multi-layered strategy. So today, we're going to peel back those layers.
I mean, think about a Steinway piano. It takes a whole year to build one, and it's the go-to for pretty much every major concert hall on the planet. But why? In a world packed with pianos, what makes a Steinway a Steinway? That's the exact question we're diving into.
And the answer, you'll see, isn't just one single thing. It's not some clever marketing gimmick. It's a deep, intentional strategy built on a simple truth. A product isn't just an object. It's an entire experience, and you have to build it piece by piece.
So, to build this strategy, we've got to start right at the very center. The first, and honestly the most important layer, is all about defining your core. And that means asking one simple but really powerful question. What is my customer really buying? Marketing pros call this the customer value hierarchy. But I think a better way to picture it is like an onion. Seriously, as we start peeling it back, we're going to uncover 5 distinct layers of value that all the truly great products share.
Right at the very heart of that onion is the core benefit. Now, this isn't the physical thing you sell. It's the fundamental problem you solve. A hotel isn't selling a room. It's selling rest and sleep. So what's the true core benefit that you're providing?
Okay, so now we wrap that core benefit in its first physical layer, the basic product. To deliver on rest and sleep, our hotel needs a room with a bed, a bathroom, towels, you get it. This is the absolute bare minimum you need to solve the customer's problem.
The third layer. This is where things get interesting. It's the expected product. Think of this as the unspoken agreement you have with your customer. Of course, they expect a clean bed and fresh towels. You don't get a gold star for this, but you get in big trouble if you mess it up. It's basically the price of admission.
And that brings us to layer 4. And folks, this is where the real battle is won or lost, the augmented product. This is where you go beyond what's expected and actually delight someone. It's the surprise fruit basket in the hotel room, the Wi-Fi that's way faster than you thought it'd be. This is how you stand out.
And finally, the fifth and outermost layer, the potential product. This isn't about what your product is today. It's about everything it could be. This is the playground for innovation, for dreaming up the features and services that tomorrow's customers don't even know they want yet.
Okay, so you've built your perfect onion. You get every single layer of your product. But so has your competitor. How do you make sure your onion is the one everybody wants? Well, that takes us to our second strategic layer, finding your competitive edge.
And the great thing is you can find that edge in so many different ways. It could be something physical, like the unique shape and coating of an aspirin. It could be about features, like all the different trim levels on a new car. Or it can be about trust, building a rock-solid reputation for performance and durability, like Maytag did. And of course, there's one of the most powerful ways to stand out, design.
And let's just pause on design for a second, because it's so much more than just making something look pretty. It's the entirety of how a product looks, feels, and works for a real person. I mean, companies like Apple and Bang & Olufsen have literally built empires on this idea. Why? Because great design creates an emotional connection, and that is so hard for a competitor to copy.
But of course, most legendary companies don't stop at just one product, right? They manage a whole family of them. And that leads us to our third and final strategic layer, expanding your reach, thinking beyond just one item, and building a whole product portfolio. First, a couple of key terms we need to know. A product line is a group of related products. Think of all the different kinds of tires Michelin sells. But the product mix, that's the whole shebang. It's the complete set of all the product lines a company has. So for Michelin, that's tires, yeah, but it's also their maps and even their famous restaurant guides.
Now, one of the most powerful ways to grow is something called line stretching. You can stretch down market, reaching new customers with a more affordable option, kind of like when Mercedes introduced the C-Class. Or you can stretch up market, aiming for that high-end slice of the pie. That's exactly what Toyota did when they created the Lexus brand out of thin air.
And you're not just stuck with one direction. Companies like Holiday Inn stretch both ways at the same time. They've got premium brands like Crowne Plaza and budget-friendly ones like Holiday and Express. Or you can just fill in the gaps in your existing line, which is what BMW did when it launched the X3 to perfectly fit between its other models.
Okay, so we've got our 3 big layers. Define your core, find your edge, and expand your reach. Let's put all this theory into practice and see how it can totally transform a business in the real world. Let's talk about the story of Crafted Creations.
So meet Sarah. She poured her heart into making this beautiful, handmade jewelry. But when she tried to sell it online, she was just another face in the crowd. Her sales were totally flat, and no matter how hard she worked, she just felt invisible.
So she decided to take a step back and apply our strategy. First, she augmented her product. It wasn't just the piece of jewelry anymore. She turned it into a full-on gift experience. She added gorgeous free gift wrapping and a little card telling the story behind the stone. Then, she stretched her line down market, launching Everyday Sparkle, an affordable collection to bring new customers into her brand.
And the result of all that? Well, her sales tripled. Just like that. See, she wasn't just selling jewelry anymore. By thinking in layers, she was selling a complete, unforgettable experience. So if you remember anything from this, remember these things. First, stop thinking of your product as just an object. Start seeing it as a multi-layered experience. Second, differentiation is how you win. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room, it's about being the most thoughtful and delivering amazing value at every single level.
Which really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Look at your own product, your business, maybe even just an idea you've been kicking around. What's its hidden layer? What's that unexpected bit of value you can add that will totally delight your customers and make you unforgettable?